welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be doing the 17 and pregnant story as just a video on here. Okay, so it was after my 17th birthday, April 1st, 2016. I had taken a test, all because my mom said I looked a little bit bigger, because at the time I was doing homeschooling. So when she told me that, I made sure she wasn't home. I had a test and I took it, and it came out positive. At the time I was with somebody, dating him, we were together and everything, and I texted him that night. I said, I need you to come over, I need to talk to you. He was like, what's wrong? And I said, it's important, I can't text it. He was like, you're pregnant, aren't you? And I just sent him a picture of the test being positive. And he said, I'll be over after work. He came over, we talked, he was very excited. He was kissing all over my stomach and everything. He was very happy. But at the same time, I was very conflicted, confused, because I was 17, didn't know how my parents were gonna react. My parents had just divorced and we had just started dating that January, so I was very scared. April 5th or 6th, I believe, I had told my mother with him. We sat down. He told my mother, actually. I was scared to death to tell her. He told my mom, and she was very mad at us. She was mad we didn't use protection. She was mad that we weren't careful. We called my dad over, my stepmom, and we told them, and my stepmom took a day off to take me to a doctor to see how far along I was. At that time, I did not have insurance. Neither did my mom. We literally had been our own less than a year without my dad and them together. So she had taken me to this place that did pre-pregnancy tests and then ultrasounds to make sure and to see how far along you were. I filled it all out, and they made me do a pregnancy test. It came out positive. They talked to me, and they're like, here's a bag, and it had baby stuff in it and prenatals that were not my favorite to take. And they're like, let's go do an ultrasound to see how far along you were. Who you are, not were. And so we did. The lady said to me, when I put this on your belly, we will see how far along you are. If the baby is too small, we will have to do the vaginal one. She had put it on my stomach, and there was a baby. Wasn't no tiny baby at all. I mean, it was a big baby inside me. She did measurements and everything, and I was 5 months the next day. Now, honestly, I did not believe people could go 5 months all the way to labor without knowing about a baby. But I'm living proof that I did not know about my baby till 5 months. She printed off pictures. I did not listen to the heartbeat because I cried. My stepmom and me cried before we left. I freaked out, and they estimated my conception date. And that was with my other boyfriend. Well, my ex-boyfriend then. So I called my boyfriend at the time and told him how far along I was, and we both talked and realized it was not his. And that put a strain on us. I had to contact the other guy to let him know he was going to be a dad, because he and I both grew up without fathers. I contacted him. I told him, well, my mom contacted his mom actually and left a voicemail, and he contacted me saying, hey, and I said, hey, and he was like, so it's really mine, because I had told him I was pregnant, and I said yes, and he kind of felt like it was going to be his, but I was like, we would have known. We should have known. Well, I go to my dad's house. I cried to my dad. I was a little kid. I was 17, just turned. I was about to get my license. I was wanting to live life. I was in high school. I wanted to go to parties that summer, travel with my best friend at the time. I didn't want to have a baby yet. slowly, I started staying at his house more as my pregnancy went further along. And my mom's boyfriend at the time, who's my daughter's grandpa, we call him Papa, he was very excited. My daughter would not kick for anyone but her papa and her dad. That was it. Honestly, that was it. I was very anxious. I was starting to see all these changes in my body. All these stretch marks appeared. My belly piercing couldn't be in anymore. I was swelling everywhere. My face got fatter. I was scared. As time became to get faster and all these doctor's appointments, and I had to do everything because now I was an adult. I had to do the insurance for me and the baby. I had to do doctor's appointments. I had to make sure I took meds every day, that I was healthy, I was eating right, I was walking every day. I had to make sure I was doing everything right. Which at the time, I didn't know what to do. So I was asking my mom advice, I was asking his mom advice, I was asking his grandma for advice and my stepmom. Well, we called my aunt and told her the news. And of course, my family's gonna freak because I was so young. And we told my family, and my sister supported me in everything I did, which I support her too, like she does me, because I'm the youngest. And as it got closer, I started sending everybody pictures, posting about it. I was very excited once it started getting closer. When we found out she was a girl, the doctor had said girl multiple times until he finally said, "You're having a daughter," and I cried. Always wanted a boy first, but I was having my baby girl. After we went home, he rubbed into my belly and said, "Daddy's got you, baby." And to this day, she still got him wrapped around his finger. But I was very anxious. And then all of a sudden, all these girl clothes started popping out of nowhere. People from my mom's work were buying girl clothes. They were buying girl blankets. I had girl stuff piling in my room. And at the time, I had a small room. I could fit a twin-size bed, a TV, a dresser, a crib, and maybe 2 stands, and that was it. And then it was a tiny closet, so I didn't have a big room. Well, the crib was unexpected. We actually ordered my daughter's father a bed for his house. So when I stayed there, I wasn't sleeping on a couch or sleeping on a mattress on the floor. Because at the time it was getting harder to get up. I had a big belly coming. Well, we ended up getting a crib. His mom came home and she was like, "No way, it's a crib." It was a crib. So we took the crib to my house and we put it together, and my sister had bought a mattress, she had bought bedding, and then everyone was just buying stuff for her. So I had the crib up and everything, I had it ready, and I was ready. The night before I was supposed to go into labor, my due date was August 14th. I was supposed to go into labor that night, or before, like we were hoping soon. We both stayed at my house the morning of August 14th, praying I would go into labor. I didn't, so I had to go to doctors. They scheduled me for an induction with Pitocin, is medicine to make women go into labor. So I did. I went in at 5 o'clock in the morning on August 18th, 2016. 5. Now being pregnant, that's early. And at the time, I didn't get much sleep. Like any. I think I slept 2 hours that night. Then packed up the car and went. We met up with my daughter's father, my boyfriend then. We had gotten back together because we wanted to try being a family for our daughter. Because we didn't have our dad, so we wanted to be a happy family and show her that her family was together and her parents loved each other like they love her. We ended up going to the doctor. I had needles going in me, medicine going in me, and they started my Pitocin at 5:30 in the morning.